Imagine losing your life over something as small as a playful touch, a simple joke, a light-hearted moment, that turned into a nightmarish end. This is the shocking true crime story of a young woman who was brutally murdered by someone she trusted, a close friend, over something as ridiculous as playing with his ear. What seemed like a harmless gesture ignited a deep, dark rage that no one saw coming. And by the time the horror was over, one life was lost, and another was forever changed. This is the twisted case of betrayal, obsession, and a moment of uncontrolled fury that led to a brutal murder. Stay with me as we unravel the chilling events of that fateful day. Meet Sandra Green, a 24-year-old college student known for her lively spirit, kindness, and infectious laughter. She had a close circle of friends, people she trusted and spent almost every day with. And among them was Jason Clark, a quiet, reserved man who had been her friend since childhood. Jason was different. Some would say he was awkward, socially withdrawn, and prone to unexpected mood swings. But Sandra never saw him as a threat. To her, he was just Jason, the guy who always sat in the corner, rarely speaking, but always there when she needed him. They had a strange kind of friendship. Jason didn't have many friends, and Sandra, being the warm-hearted person she was, always included him. But what she didn't know was that Jason wasn't just her friend. He was obsessed with her. Yes. Obsession. It started small, a lingering stare, an unusual attachment, the way he always seemed to know where she was. But no one, not even Sandra, could have imagined just how dangerous his obsession would become. It was an ordinary evening. Sandra, Jason, and a few of their mutual friends had gathered at her apartment for a small get-together. The mood was light. Laughter filled the room. Drinks were poured. No one suspected that this night would end in tragedy. At one point, Sandra playfully reached over and flicked Jason's ear. It was a joke. A silly, harmless gesture. But Jason did not find it funny. He froze. His entire demeanor changed in an instant. His face turned red. His fists clenched. His breathing became heavy. Everyone laughed, thinking nothing of it, brushing it off. But Jason wasn't laughing. He stared at Sandra with an intensity no one had ever seen before. It was as if something inside him had snapped. Minutes passed, the party continued. But Jason? He sat there, silent, seething. When the night ended, people started to leave. Jason stayed behind. He told Sandra he wanted to talk. She, unaware of the storm raging inside him, agreed. The apartment was now quiet. It was just the two of them. Jason stood close to Sandra, his eyes dark, his expression unreadable. Then, without warning, he snapped. What happened next was sheer horror. He lunged at her, grabbing her by the throat. Sandra, caught completely off guard, struggled to breathe. She fought back, clawing at his hands, trying to scream. But Jason was fueled by something primal, something unstoppable. He dragged her to the floor, his grip tightening. Minutes passed. The struggle continued. And then, silence. Sandra lay motionless. Jason, breathing heavily, stared down at his hands, shaking, covered in sweat. He had killed her. Over a joke. Over a simple, playful gesture. Jason panicked. He hadn't planned this. He never thought it would go this far. But now, Sandra was dead, and he had to do something. He paced the room, his mind racing. Then, in desperation, he tried to stage the scene, make it look like an accident. But no matter how much he tried, he couldn't undo what he had done. The next morning, Sandra's roommate came home to a sight straight out of a nightmare. Sandra's lifeless body. Jason was gone. What followed was a massive manhunt. The news spread like wildfire. Friends and family were devastated. And Jason? He went on the run. For weeks, he evaded the police. But in the end, justice caught up with him. He was found hiding in a motel, alone, disheveled, a shell of the man he once was. At trial, his defense was weak. He claimed he lost control, that he didn't mean to hurt her. But the jury saw through his lies. He was sentenced to life in prison. And Sandra? Her life was cut short over something so senseless, so unnecessary. A joke. A simple joke. This case is a chilling reminder of how quickly things can turn deadly. How something so small can push someone over the edge. Sandra never saw it coming. She never thought her friend, the quiet one, the reserved one, was capable of such horror. But obsession is dangerous. And when obsession turns to rage, the consequences can be deadly. So the next time you think you truly know someone, ask yourself, do you really? Because in Sandra's case, she didn't. And it cost her everything. Kindly subscribe for more true crimes and mystery stories. Stay safe. And always, be aware.